Welcome back. This is Nick Agriam once again. I will be discussing geometric series. And geometric series, to give you just a review of that, repetition, it says that a geometric series, if we have, for example, we have 100, and then we have 10, and then we have 1, and then we have 1/10. Then if I'm going to divide the second term and the first term, 10 by 100, then I will get 1/10. And 1/10. And then if I'm going to divide the third term, 1 divided by 10, then I will get the same ratio. It is called the common ratio. If I can do that, then it's all right. I can consider it as a geometric progression or geometric sequence. Okay, and then we have before we have u sub 1, and then you have u sub 1 r raised to 1. And then u sub 1 multiplied by r raised to 2. And then u sub 1 r raised to n minus 1. That is u sub n. That's our u sub n. Okay? So our u sub 2 will become u sub 1 times r raised to 1. Okay, that's why we have n minus 1 there. Okay, in finding the sum of a geometric sequence is the S sub n is equal to u sub 1 multiplied by r raised to n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. We're going to prove that. I'm going to show you a proof of that. So S sub n is equal to u sub 1 plus u sub 1 r raised to 1 plus u sub 1, actually this is r raised to 0 if you want, r raised to 2 plus u sub 1 r raised to n minus 2 plus u sub 1 multiplied by r raised to n minus 1. That is our n minus 1. This is our u sub n. Okay? But if I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by r, we have r s sub n. I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by r. And I have now u sub 1 plus multiplied by r plus u sub 1 r squared plus u sub 1 r raised to 3 plus u sub 1 r raised to n minus 1 plus u sub 1 r raised to n, because this is also raised to 1, because r raised to n minus 1 times r is equal to r raised to n minus 1 plus 1. That's why it is n. Okay. Now, if I'm going to look at this now, if I'm going to take this s sub n minus u sub 1, that is equal to, if I'm going to subtract both sides of the equation by u sub 1, then I have u sub 1 r sub 1 plus u sub 1 r raised to 2 plus u sub 1 r raised to n minus 2 plus u sub 1 r raised to n minus 1. That is what I have. Then I know that this one is s sub n minus u sub 1. So I have r times s sub n is equal to s sub n minus u sub 1 plus u sub 1 r raised to n. If we subtract both sides of the equation by s sub n minus s sub n, so we have r times s sub n minus s sub n is equal to, this is 0. You have u sub 1 r raised to n minus u sub 1. I interchange the position. Common factor is s sub n. We have now r minus 1. And then common factor is u sub 1. We have r raised to n minus 1. And then if we divide both sides of the equation by r minus 1, then this will become 1. So we have s sub n is equal to u sub 1 multiplied by r raised to n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. That is. How about the second one? Okay, if I'm going to interchange this one, s sub n, not sn. S sub n is equal to, if I'm going to interchange now r minus 1, if I'm going to interchange, that is negative 1 plus r, or if I don't want negative 1 there, then I will have negative 1 outside, then I have 1 minus r. I will do that. U sub 1 multiplied by r raised to n minus 1 divided by negative times 1 minus r. And then we have negative here, so we have negative u sub 1 r raised to n sub minus 1 divided by 1 minus r. If I'm going to multiply negative 1 to both terms, then I have u sub 1 is equal to, I multiplied by 1 minus r raised to n divided by 1 minus r. That is there now. When do we use this one? We use this one when r is greater than 1. That one. And here we use the absolute value of r is greater than 1. And then here, absolute value of r is less than 1. So you avoid the negatives. It's easier to solve with positives. But of course you can use this one even when your ratio is less than 1. It's alright. Okay, I think that's enough for this video. And in my next video, I will be discussing some examples, and I hope you will be there. Thank you for watching once again, and if you like what I am doing, please subscribe. Primarily subscribe, but if you want to donate, then you can use the PayPal. Thank you for watching.